Yeah, somebody did show up. How are y'all? Just sitting here working, got everything done that I needed to do. Now I'm just babysitting machines. How's it going, Sharon? I'm out here babysitting machines, so I hope the mic is a mic not too terrible. I got a lot of noise in the background. I got my vacuum table going. I got some babysitting these guys, letting those finish. I've got quite a pile so far, but still got a lot more to go. So I just been sitting here waiting on it to get done, and then I clean them up and repeat. So I figured if I'm just going to sit here and chill, I might as well try out my new setup. I do have now a fixed computer to use for my live, so it's a little easier. I don't have to like tote a bunch of stuff in and out of the house. What's up, Super Duty? How are you doing, buddy? You on the road today, or you at home? Yeah, I've got quite a few of them done so far. I don't know how many that is, but it's several runs. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw the video I dropped, but I had to redo my jig file, and I dropped the video on how I set that jig file up, and now I've just got them in there running. And when those finish, I go in, I take those out, lay them on the table, and of course I have to clean them and reload the machine. So I just been sitting here just doing some stuff on the internet and editing the video a little while ago, and I just got through redoing that jig file and uploading it to Etsy so that if anybody wanted it, they could get it. I had an older file out there, but I made some improvements to the one that was on there before. So how y'all doing? Good weather here today, I'll tell you that. Now those are aluminum. They're actually really thin aluminum. They're from Amazon, so let me go over here and look at my orders. I've got the link. Matter of fact, I don't remember if I put the link in the description of the video. I probably need to do that. Yeah, I probably need to do that. I don't think I ever did that. So I'll drop the link in here so y'all can see it. If it'll let me. There you go. I need to add that to the video too, right quick. So I'm not gonna be able to read the comments for a minute, guys, because I slap forgot to add that link to the video. That's terrible. Let's see, where do I need to put it? Let's see, put it right here. Yeah. Everybody been looking for those links to the cards and be like, where they're at? Where they're at? All right, back to read the comments again now, guys. Sorry about that. Summer gig in Boone, North Carolina. Well, that's sweet. I mean, if you're gonna like work somewhere, I mean that's a cool place. Not too far north, not too far south, kind of middle of the pack weather. Hang on, I gotta look at my. Okay, it's still going. I cheat and I use that to check and see if the cards are done yet. But yeah, not a whole lot going on here today, guys. I know tomorrow's our Sunday live. I actually took off Friday to get caught up on some stuff. I did a couple of stove covers this afternoon. Worked on some stuff on the computer, getting everything set up. And finished my enclosure. You can't really see it in the video, but before I didn't have that, because right now my honeycomb is actually even with the base inside the enclosure, so that whenever I set a machine in there, the honeycomb is not above the machine. So I had to go in and retrofit the enclosure today. I did that, used a couple pieces of 3/4 ply that I used to build the enclosure with. So now my honeycomb is flat all the way across. I also added like a 1/2 inch gap underneath the honeycomb using some welding magnets, some big welding magnets. So worked on that for a little while today, and then I've been trying to get these business cards done because next Friday I have an event in Clanton for their the kickoff to the month of June for the Peach Festival. So I gotta get ready for that as well. But been kind of busy, but I can't go anywhere or do anything. I probably should have went and got some tea before I started talking. But so I figured I'd just see what you guys were up to. Anybody done anything cool today? I've been watching the Laser Engraver community group to see if, what was going on with you guys. I just got through checking all that. And saw a couple of folks did some pretty cool stuff. But it just gets a little quiet out here by yourself for hours. It was a Bobby Sims, that's who it was. Made his first design, looks like with MDF today. And then some Ron Staten did a memorial thing. That's cool. Peek in over there. All right, still running. But so Sharon, you finally had a warm day. Where are you located at? You must be somewhere far north of me. Well, we've had several warm days down here. Cool. Yeah, I've seen some of your signs that you did, Super Duty. I think, aren't you the one that did the Camaro sign or whatever? That was cool. I think it was painted though. I don't really enjoy painting a lot of stuff. What's up, Brian? Hey, Brian, dude, I got something for you and Steve. I got something for you. I got it on my little audio box over here. I'm gonna be ready for you tomorrow night. Okay. All right. So you are very north then. Yeah, you're up there kind of where Steve's weather comes from. That's not good. Steve was kind of we were talking about getting vegetables and everything out of the garden down here, and Steve and some of the folks up that way were saying that it ain't even got warm enough to have anything planted or have anything come up yet. We're already eating off of ours. So let me check this here. Oh, it's finishing up. It won't be long now, guys. Painted a deer in a forest that you won from LA Hobby Guys site. Cool. Michigan isn't Midwest and it's not Eastern? What? Not following. I didn't know I said it was. Brian. I'm not following. So you saying they're in the middle? Is that what you're saying? Oh man, here we go. We got the regional battle going here. Yeah, still going, guys, still going. But well, do they have I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Or Menards or whatever up there in Michigan. Well, hey, come on. I had to put my headphones on. But I'm just sitting, hey, Steve, I'm just sitting here watching robots work, bro. I got a long way to go, guys. That's how many business cards I have done so far. And I got a long way to go. Oh, look at that. All right. Time to change it out. Stand by. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Got that going. What you gonna do if you come in here, Steve? I got something for you and Brian both, by the way. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I finally got a computer that is worthy of. I've been able to run multiple cameras, and like right now, let's see if it'll let me. Well, I don't know if I can do it without messing up, but like this computer is literally just idling right now doing this stuff. I've got Lightburn going and all of these cameras and everything. But it's one of my old forensic machines that I used for years to do computer forensics. It's probably about 10 years old, but it was $9,000 when it was bought. So it's still a pretty decent computer. It has a video card in it, 64 gigs of RAM. It's got a i7 processor. It's a pretty beast. So it'll do anything that I want to do. Plus, I've just run a Cat 6 cable to it, so it's getting like 900 gigs of internet or megs of internet. Well, thank you, Pete and Debbie, or Pete or Debbie, whichever one is, or maybe Pete and Debbie's same person. I don't know. But yeah, the jig works. I mean, do you know how long it would take to set that up without a jig? I mean, that's insane. And then to be able to do that many of them, which I got another stack I just threw over there. I got 9 more I just threw over there, which I need to be over there cleaning, but we'll wait. I'll talk to you guys, then I'll go clean them all. But yeah, it's crazy. It is very crazy how. Hang on. All right. How much difference the computer has made. What magnets are those? Look like hard drive magnets. No, those are actually those 2 little magnets. I put them on there because for some reason, I don't know if the vibration from that thing moving so fast, my template was trying to move. Those are actually just some little magnets that come off of ID cards that I make. Hang on, let me show you. See, I make ID cards for some of the local businesses in the area. Make them out of wood, make them out of acrylic. And so this is a magnet that, like, it has this part sticks to the name tag, and then this part you put inside your shirt, and it sticks together. So they're pretty decent, and I got like a whole box of them here, and like a whole bunch of them. So it's just, see, I buy them like in a pack of 100. And so recently I did like 70 name tags the other day. So I used most of these up. But when I get to need just a small magnet to stay out of the way, I just grab one of those. But that's what they are. They're like that. And they're pretty good too. For keeping up with small stuff. Whew. I'm afraid my wife has done gave me her throat allergy, whatever thing she's been battling with. I prank called her today, guys. It was so funny. I prank called her from out here, and I really want to share it with you, but she may get mad if I do. Phew. Yeah, I use having a metal honeycomb is an advantage, Brian, because you can use magnets. I've got all kinds of magnets that I use when I'm welding and stuff like that. Matter of fact, for spacers underneath my honeycomb in the enclosure that I'm currently using, this one over here, I'm using welding magnets to space that up and also help hold the honeycomb down. Yeah, yeah, it was while I was playing with my Stream Deck, trying to get ready for you and Steve, and so I called her on what's it, Facebook Messenger, and kind of annoyed her, I think, because she's been sick for the past couple of days, but she's starting to feel better now. She had some kind of allergies, got to messing with her, gave her an ear infection, and it just like spread through the whole side of her head. And she's usually pretty tough, but it hit her pretty hard. So, where'd Steve go? Steve, you still hanging out in here? I got something for you. I got a surprise. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. No, not exactly. Not exactly. It's just one of those things. I really can't wait to use it though. Oh yeah, you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it, man. I'll work really hard on this one. I just gotta depend on you and Brian to give me the opportunity to use it, and that'll be awesome. But yeah, I did a lot of playing around with this thing today. I got it doing some pretty cool stuff. Got everything configured. Had a few cable management issues I had to work out with my little desk area here, and just doing a lot of testing to make sure that it doesn't mess up during the lives, because that gets old. Doing good. You, Jason? Sitting here watching some ID cards burn. Or not ID cards, business cards. Yep, and I got quite a few of them done so far. Uh-oh. What's that? Oh, no. I got to get my headset on, guys. I just noticed a little screen. There's this little goofy-looking guy popped up in the corner over here. Hang on. I got to put my headphones on where I can hear Steve. Steve has entered the building.
Goofy looking guy.
It'll take just a second. Hopefully it won't interrupt anything else. All right. That should do that. Some slight audio changes over here. Headset. All right.
Did I mess up your audio?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I just had to swap it over, but I've been playing with this thing today, so about got it figured out. Now, I do have my vacuum running, so I can turn that off. That would probably be much better if I turned that off, but those ID cards smell, or those business cards smell. So
yeah, that can.
What you been up to?
I'm playing with the IKEA K1 Pro.
Look, Brian. There you go, right there, Brian. Nice hat, Steve.
Is that your big reveal?
No, I'm saving that one. That one's special.
Oh,
I'm
right.
saving it.
Okay.
It's got to get lined up right, or it won't be funny.
All right.
So,
all right.
But no, I took off Friday, so I got a lot of stuff done yesterday, and I've been working on them today. trying to get some more of my junk done, and I'm sitting out here making these ID cards. And I will say, I know the IKEA is really similar to this machine in here, the Acer. Because I've seen your videos and it's very similar. But man, this thing will move. I can't look in there, but it will cruise.
Yeah, so I was looking at the default specs or settings that this one has, and I think the X-axis, its max speed was like 50,000 millimeters a minute, and the
Yeah,
Y was 20.
yeah,
So that's pretty optimistic.
yeah. They advertise it to go really fast. I don't know that I would ever be able to get it that way. To the whole shop tour that Chris might like. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, they're waiting on you to do the shop tour.
Yeah, no, well, he's talking about. I got the Chris is a glimpse inside hat. He's my friend down in Florida. I went to visit,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. I've been watching some of his stuff.
yeah, he's done a couple shop tours. So I'd have to actually reorganize mine.
Yeah.
So
Is the audio loud enough on this? Because, like I said, I can turn my other one on, but
yeah, no, I think it's fine once you turned your vacuum off. I think that was probably just messing with your. You probably got some noise canceling going on.
oh yeah, yeah. Had to
Yeah.
turn it on because it's really loud.
Right.
But I'll see if I can stand it without the vacuum running. These cards, they're not too bad. They just smell a little bit. But yeah, I did play around with my setup a lot. You know, I have a bit of a gear addiction, and so I've been messing with that. And I've got to. I've learned that doing the like the light burn videos, I like the setup better. I've got the Stream Deck that you taught me into getting set up to where I can automatically like swap cameras and record and all that while I'm doing work, and then I just go back and edit. You know, I have to edit the crap out of it because it'll be like a 2-hour video, but it makes it a little easier to do the light burn videos than trying to drag the camera around everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm liking it. I've got to get me a mic boom to get the mic over here so I can be like a little closer, but I don't have one yet.
Yeah, I've only got that on my office desktop. So if I'm doing like voiceovers or I'm just doing straight, well, like in the video I launched today, I had a little clip on SketchUp and then I showed Lightburn. I just did that in there rather than from the shop.
Yeah,
and then
I
that's
saw
got a
the
nice microphone.
I saw the little box you did, and you had one of those moments that I always have where you look at it and you're like, man, I really should have rounded those corners.
Yeah,
I
well,
do that all the time.
and I figured, I thought, well, heck, I'll leave that in there. It's just part of the design process, and some, just kind of showing part of the prototyping process as well. And it didn't make the video that much longer, so I figured I'd leave that in.
Yeah, yeah, it was a cool video. I watched it, because you said you had some you had some negative feedback, so I had to go see what it was that you did to people, because
Yeah, I don't know. I've already gotten three dislikes on it, and that's usually reserved for like just the review ones and such that people post those. So I was just like, wow, people are hating early today.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it sometimes some folks, and it does it. Luckily, I'm not real thin skinned. I know that comes as a surprise to all you, but I'm not real thin skinned, and quite frankly, the people that like me, I'm thankful for that. But the ones that don't, I'm not going to change who I am for them. So, yeah, I mean, you just gotta let that stuff roll off your back, man. Don't let it bother you. Because now, trust me, if you had done something that deserved a boo or a thumbs down, I would have messaged it to you.
Oh yeah,
screenshot it. I would have brought it to your attention. So
no doubt. No, see, I'm the type of person that I I want to know the why, or I want to know that it's genuine and honest. And this goes for both good feedback and bad feedback. I don't
Yeah.
like people that are
I
just
have
going
to
to tell
start
me
some water. I got to turn some air on.
I don't like it when people tell me it's really good without any justification, or it's really bad without any justification. Because I'm like, well, get validate it for me,
Yeah.
tell me, because there's people like, oh, I really appreciate everything you do. I'm like, oh, really? What in particular? And if they can't name something, then I'm like, well, now you're just throwing up lip service to me. And same thing with YouTube is that you can put a thumbs down and not have to give any feedback whatsoever. And so,
Yeah.
but it's just my nature. I try to find the issues and the errors and fix them, in whatever
Oh
I
yeah.
do. So, but yeah, social media is what it is, and I know that, and so you got to be thick skinned and just let it roll off your back. So, and
Oh
I
yeah.
like to say, I appreciate the people that do. They jump in there and they say they like it, they appreciate it, they ask questions about it. That's awesome. That's why I do it. But
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, I've got a switcher of sorts. I don't know if you're familiar with the Stream Deck, Elgato Stream Deck. I got it, and it works really well. I've actually been assigning like icons that I can recognize for light burn and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting better, so I can just like randomly like jump to this video or jump to that video or whatever. Getting better, and when I'm recording it, it works good. Yeah, Brian tells you that you're really good all the time, Steve. Tom agrees.
and and we appreciate it. But
Yeah,
but yeah, that was the second video on the Wismaker L1, the 20-watt model.
so you still liking it?
It's a good machine. I in my review I mentioned, I think you mentioned it too. It's like, there's no frills to it. There's no extra sensors and fancy
Yeah.
doodads. It's pretty much it's got the stuff I want, other than, like you mentioned, just get those cables off the side like they have on these latest ones. Um, but yeah, it works. It worked really well on the things I've thrown at it. So
Yeah, well, I've had a couple people message me recently wanting to get into it, but they, on a budget, of course, and that was as far as a 20-watt machine on a budget. That's probably the best bang for your buck that I've seen so far. It's not the most expensive, but I mean, you've got. I think it and the Creality are probably close runners as far as price. I'd have to price check them, but
it's I would put the Atom Stack 20-watt in there as well.
well, yeah,
That's
I
right
just
in
had.
that. Yeah, it's
I
right in
didn't
that
get
price
that.
range.
I didn't get the Atom Stack 20 watts, so I can't speak on it. But yeah, I mean, those are good machines. And I like the fact that the prices are coming down and getting a little more affordable for folks that otherwise might not have been able to get a 20 watt. Uh, but now this guy over here is really surprised me. I'm a little envious that I know some people are probably going to be getting the 30 something watt,
Hmm.
but I got the 24, and I'm thankful that I've got this one. It's pretty cool, but now curiosity has peaked, and I really want to see what a 30 something watt is capable of. Uh,
Yeah.
and I also want to see the extension and see exactly how long they're going to go, or if they're going to make it just a little bit shorter. Because this thing's the new 8s are actually a little smaller than the P20 as far as work area. It's only like 410 by 410 instead of 430 by 430.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I think that's a question for you. I am not even trying to figure out what kind of code y'all are talking.
Well, it's the same as yours.
What is the P creator?
Yeah, the Wismaker.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all were talking in some kind of code. I was like, whew. Yeah, I guess that is true. That's another word for it.
Well,
But
Brian, I would love to have the success that Linus Tech Tips has, and appreciate that comment. Yes, he's a good guy for technology reviews.
I'm gonna have to go research that one. Y'all done throw one at me. I don't know what it is. Uh-oh. Got company. Got company. Got company in the shack, guys. Alert. Hello. How are you? I guess she decided, hey, can you reload this machine for me while you're standing there?
Wow.
Brandy showed up. No, I'm just messing with you.
Comes to say hi and puts her right to work.
You ain't got to do that. I can get that. I'm talking to Steve and like 19 other people.
Check on you. Are you loading them with this?
Yeah, well, I'm just loading.
Are these blank?
Yeah, those are. I'm just putting. Oh, wait a minute, guys.
No.
No, I was going to show them. Brandy is actually loading. She is loading the cards. Hey, Brian wants to know if you're feeling better. I told him you were sick.
Yes, actually I am.
Yeah, apparently she is, because she ain't been out of the house since she's been sick. So apparently she's feeling much better. Yeah, I'm just going to lay these over here. I'm going to clean them a little bit. It's probably just as quick to clean 30 of them as it is to clean 9.
I'm getting my fingerprint.
Oh, it'll burn your fingerprints off, and I will wash them. Clean them when I get some Windex on them. You can't help but get fingerprints on them. They're black, shiny, metallic things. Yeah, Sharon, she says she is feeling better, and look at her. Guys, she has loaded the machine. So, here we go. Switch over to light burn, and let's send them again. Well, yeah, I've been pretty much just sitting here burning ID cards. Why am I calling them ID cards? It's because I was making ID cards at work last week. I just been burning business cards. You can step over here. The camera's like right through here. You're not even in the camera. Steve's got us.
There.
Steve's got us cut off.
Oh, we'll go that way.
Oh, there it is. Now Steve
There.
give you a little room, so you can actually be seen now without having to. Hello, Brady says hey. But is there a way I can get one of your cards?
Well, sure. They can come visit you at the Peach Fair.
Digital
Well,
card?
yeah, that may not be. Do what?
A digital card, like a business card?
Well, no, they're wanting one of those. If you're local, if you're close, then yeah, at one of the upcoming events, I guess I could probably do like a postcard thing. Aren't you
Drop
supposed
it
to
in
be
the
making?
mail.
Aren't you making some postcards for the chamber? We might could do like a postcard thing.
I mean, I could drop it in the mail. It's like, what, 40 cents for a stamp?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not but a
50?
nickel. Yeah, I
You
could
grew up
probably
in-
do that.
You grew up in the 80s. You know how it goes. Just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to P.O. Box, whatever, and you'll send them
No.
back.
No, they can. If you email me your address, and Brandy said she can drop them in the mail. She goes to the post office a lot. I never go to the post office, ever.
I'm there like once a week.
And she goes like once a week because of her job. So yeah, just email me clack@theclackshack.com. If you want one, I'll let her drop you one in the mail.
I'm gonna have to email you and order more of those peach candies.
Steve said he wants some more peach candy.
No, I don't. Carla does.
I can do that too.
He said Carla.
I got like one of them.
Yeah, he said he didn't give her one. So maybe we should like
So
wrap
send
one
two
up.
packages? Is that what you're saying? I'll do send
Yeah,
two?
she said send 2 or 3. Yeah, send one and then send another one,
You want me
but
to
in
send it to your
separate
work?
packages. Did you hear? I don't know if my mic's picking up that far.
Yeah, no, we're yeah.
Yeah, Steve's gonna have it sent to his work like it's some kind of covert package.
Carla might get suspicious, but I'll just have to explain that it's peach candy.
Here's the problem. Carla works. She works there, and sometimes sorts the mail, so that might not help.
Oh, she works with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's
works in the
terrible.
campus store.
Oh,
Well, I don't know how to get the candy there then.
yeah. That's terrible. We're in a mess with that then, Steve. I don't know that you're gonna be able to do anything with that.
Well, it's more about
She's a brave woman. She's married to him
Oh,
and
there we
works
go.
with him. See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't work with you. Although we work across the street.
You may actually want to walk over here. The mic's over here so they can hear you a little better.
We don't have a chair, so
Well,
it's fine. I'll stand.
I'll
I'm
share
not-
my
no,
chair.
I'm not gonna stay
There
long
you go.
anyway.
Trying to get her in the video, guys. Sharon's been wanting her in the videos. Some of the other folks, but yeah, we couldn't work together.
No.
She tries to come out here, and she is helpful sometimes when I'm like working
I
around
tell
the shop.
him that sometimes I'm the best help he's got, and I'm the only help he's got. So, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah, that's usually when nobody else shows up to help.
that's true. But the best help is the best help.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man, look at
I
Brian.
can't see it.
He just said, "Don't let me tell you where to stand. You're the boss." Yeah.
Not in the shack.
Yeah, that's what he said. This
In
is,
the house, not in the shack.
Yeah, this is a man's domain.
Yeah.
Well, Pete or Debbie, is this Debbie or Pete? I get confused. Whichever. I actually have another stool, but it's in my trailer that I use for events.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess I need to get another folding chair. She used to have a folding chair out here. Well, she said she's going to stay at work after I retire. So I don't know why that is. She said something about I drive her crazy. But yeah, Brian, we've been together for 20. Well, we got an
Married for
anniversary coming up.
26 years.
Yeah, we got an anniversary coming up, so it'll be 20.
Together for about 30.
Yeah. So we've almost got to the 27-year mark. But oof, it's starting to get loud over here with this. So I got to exhaust some of this fumes for a second, guys. But
So he's been married for 27.
yeah. Yeah, Brian. and see, he's been married, but I mean, like him and Steve have this weird relationship too. So does that count? Like, could that you add another like 6 months onto it?
You're just jealous because he likes Steve Beard. You're trying.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's getting there.
Hey, look,
There.
and now mine's
Yeah.
a little shaggly, but you know,
I know. I would shave that, but you know,
no,
that's just me.
don't touch it. It's a little long down here. I've got to
It
do
is.
something with that.
Yeah.
What's up, Jay Latham? But no, Brian. Unfortunately, I do not get medical insurance when I retire. I'm gonna have to buy that, but that's what like my little laser business is for. As long as I can make enough money to pay for my insurance and my habits, my tool habits, then I think I'll be fine. Because the retirement check hopefully will be enough to, keep me from being homeless. As long as I can make a little extra out here.
Well, I could pick up insurance too. So.
Yeah, and she's saying she's gonna keep working, so she don't have to put up with me, so she could get insurance as well. And yeah, when I retire, I can go up like hang out at Steve's house during the summer. We're not going up there in the winter. No way.
Yeah, no, we can't do snow.
No way. What's up, Ron? This is a prelude to tomorrow night, I guess, because I was just bored, to be honest, and thought I'd check in with y'all. See, this is all that's going on in the shack right now, and it's been going on for like several hours.
Look, Pete and Debbie said they had their 50th.
Their 50th, Pete. Ooh.
Yeah. Congratulations, that's a milestone.
Yeah, I don't know if I put up with you 50 years.
I think you're headed that way. Sharon says 48.
48, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 48 to 50 years. If you reach 50-year threshold, at that point, I mean, Clam shack. Clam shack?
I don't know.
Not sure what that means, Pascal. It may be something different in the language. Yeah, yeah.
Don't go there, Brian.
Yeah,
Don't go there.
let's stay away from that, Brian. Let's try not to get off in the gutter there. There's H or jig over the extended version. Which H are you talking about? I have the jig kit that I make an extension panel for it that kind of like basically has male and female connectors so that you can add like 2 or 3 of them. That way, if you do have an extended machine, you can just use your already existing jigs, or if you extend your machine, you don't have to redo everything. What's up, Doug? 59 years. No, that's a record.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
Very impressive.
I don't know that I could. I'd have to be a really, really old man to make it 59 years. Well, no, I guess so.
You act like it's difficult on you.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. 59 years. I mean, you gotta. That's a long time. Because is this assuming you were 18 when you got married?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm that hard to be married to, so I think you could handle 59 years.
Maybe not.
Now, me, on the other hand,
She says that. She says that, Steve, but she's really happy. She knows she's got it made. But, and I've been saving it. You know how it is.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Brian knows your math skills.
Yeah, hey, I don't do math, guys. I told y'all.
I do the math.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would make it 69. Brandy's good at math.
I do the math. He does the heavy lifting. That's why we've made it 30 years.
Yeah. She tries to get me with that whole, hey, how long we been together thing, because she knows I can't do numbers in my head.
See, I made it easy on myself. You just got married in the year 2000, so at least I'll know the year.
Yeah, that's cheating. Steve said he got married in 2000, so it's easy. Yeah, but that little, I mean, I guess that does make it a lot easier. Why didn't I think of that?
I don't know.
I really should have thought about that.
Well, here's the other
married
thing.
in 97. So, I mean, you could do that and then add 3.
Yeah, I just had to make you wait 3 years.
So the other thing is that we got married 3 days after her birthday, so I can miss one, but I sure won't miss the other.
Well, no, I've never forgotten her birthday.
He can't forget my birthday, okay? It's on Christmas. So, I mean, and actually, he really has forgotten my birthday. As sad as that is. I don't know how long we were together at the time, but he has forgotten.
I didn't forget what day your birthday was on. It was Christmas.
You
It had a
just
lot going
forgot
on,
that
and I
I
just
had
forgot you had a
one?
birthday.
I guess. So
I mean, it happens.
that's the same. I don't know.
It happens. We were too busy eating turkey and opening presents. And
But in fairness,
forgot.
it is on Christmas, so
Yeah.
there's that. Everybody is busy. So.
And if it was probably when I worked night shift, so I'd been up all night. So I'm still thinking it's the day before. You know, it's you never know. What's up, Gravy? Oh yeah, my nose is starting to water, so there's obviously some fumes in here I need to get rid of. And Steve is going to be stressing to me the importance of good ventilation. Or either I've got whatever.
Don't make
it is
excuses for him.
Yeah.
No, I didn't make excuses. So what I did was I waited until his birthday, and when he said, "What are you going to get me?" I said, "I'm going to get you exactly what you got me." Now, I had to wait 6 months, but it was well worth it. Because then he's like, "Well, what did I get you?" And I'm like, "That's right, nothing." So, it was well worth the 6-month wait, but that's just how I roll.
Don't you have something on the stove or something?
I do.
Oh, mercy. Well, that was a long time ago, guys. I have matured immensely since then.
Wow, you must have been really bad.
Oh, I was pretty bad. I'm not even gonna make excuses. I'm not gonna lie. Oh,
But he doesn't really remember dates either. So this
No, it's
the
'cause he got
whole
numbers
it's
in
a
'em.
numbers, math. He doesn't do dates.
and I think it's actually a clinical disability. And
I mean,
so I don't know that
Bless
you should
his
be
heart.
making
It
fun
took
of me
him
about it.
forever to figure out when that second child was born. And if you ask the birthday, I swear I think he's got it like written on his hand or something, so he can recall. But
No, I'm getting better. I practice with numbers now, so I'm a little bit better with them. The day after Valentine's Day. Oh, that's I should catch those Valentine's Day sales. But yeah, she's crazy. She's crazy. But I have managed to put up with it for a long time. So
For
I mean,
26 years.
the trade-in value at this point is at that thing,
It's
that's
phenomenal.
that threshold to where I
Phenomenal.
pretty much got to keep her.
Better be
Careful.
careful here.
He wants to make it to 27. I promise he does.
But yeah, I've got a birthday coming up next month. And see, I did get lucky though. We got married 2 days before my birthday, and I know what you're thinking. You know, that's a big coincidence, but it really wasn't. We were very we were on a very tight budget, and so
We were broke.
Yeah, we were broke. So we decided that we would get married. You know, at the courthouse, of course. $32. $32.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's probably the best $32 I've ever spent, to be honest. It's lasted more than most $32 things that I've bought. But then we decided we would go on our honeymoon, I guess you could call it, which was basically a trip to the beach for 2 days. Yeah,
Something like that.
like 2 days. And we stayed gone for like 2 days, which was my birthday. So we kind of went out and hung out for my birthday as well. So it was a mess. Life was much, much different back then.
And that's usually what he gets for his birthday is a trip. So he gets a trip for birthday, anniversary. So.
We used to go to casino, but then we had kids. Then we started going other places.
Well, we've been other places. The beach, the mountains.
Yeah. Well, Gravy, she come in here beating up on me, so I'm just trying to stay alive, which I'm not sure if it's blush or if this fumes over here is getting me. So. Yeah, is that it, Brian? I need a speechwriter. I need a speechwriter, I guess. Hey, where's Carla at? Let's get her down here to talk bad about you.
I mean, I'm a little smarter than that.
Does she ever accidentally walk into the shop while you're doing a live?
Yeah, does she just like pop in your shop? Could we call her? Could we dial her in? What's her number? Can we dial her in?
No, that's probably
I
late for her.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do tonight, but I'm trying to. My wife has been telling me, because the last few events I went to, I ran out of business cards, and so I had to tie my machine up doing my own business cards, and I missed a few sales. So this go around, I plan on having a whole box of business cards. If those run out, then I'm just going to have to call it quits for today on business cards. But so that's what I'm doing over there. There's quite a pile of them going.
Yeah, you do. But look nice.
We got married on my mom's birthday, so he couldn't forget either. Well, I have no clue what my mom-in-law's birthday is, so that wouldn't have been very helpful for me. I can't even keep up with my own mama's birthday.
Luckily, I know all these birthdays, so it's fine. He gets a text on his mom's birthday, on his sister's birthday, on everybody's birthday, except for mine. I kind of expect him to remember mine, but I'll text him on everybody else's.
I got a calendar now.
That says, it's your sister's birthday. Send her a message.
I got a calendar now. But anyways. Enough of that. Enough talking about me.
What? You had enough?
Let's talk about Steve. So we really need to try to figure out how to get in touch with Carla and get her in here. That would be really, I think that would be really helpful.
He probably remembers his wife's birthday. It may not be as funny.
Steve, do you always get it right
Oh, yeah.
on the birthdays?
Oh, yeah. So we almost got married on April Fool's Day. And I said, you can't, I said, you can't do that to me because that's just a lifetime of torture for me thinking of jokes that I really shouldn't pull. So we got married a week later, but her birthday is 3 days before our anniversary. So I remember them both.
Lucky guy. Well, I'm telling you, I was born with this numbers thing. I'm terrible with numbers. Terrible.
But Jack in the Shop's telling you that Facebook tells you, and all my other friends, that it's my birthday.
Yeah, but I got a watch now that pops up, and it's actually got reminders on it, so I can just be like, "Hey Siri, create a reminder for this." Never mind. And so that's why I got it, so I can keep up with stuff. So I know where I'm supposed to be every day.
Yeah, but it's on Christmas, so I mean, really. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Gravy. Gravy's trying to get us. He's trying to bail me out here. Appreciate that. What happened to the? You said you got damages?
It sounds like he's got a brand new CNC and he's got 30 days with free part replacement. So he's got to learn. You break a lot of things when you first get your CNC.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I wasn't following that for a second there. I didn't. That was a tidbit of information I didn't know. So, do you have to buy like a really expensive one to get that? Because that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Onefinity has it. Generally, your mid to upper ones are going to have something like that. They're pretty good about it.
I'm gonna load this back. I'll be right back, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get me one day. I keep asking, for a bigger shop, but it hadn't shown up yet. And when I do get my bigger shop, I'll be able to have more room for tools. Unless you want to do it. She's loading it again. See, it's this easy. It's so easy. Brandy can do it, guys.
Ouch. Man,
But
just digging that hole.
Yeah, but she's not. Now you got to kind of press them in and make sure they don't. Make sure they go down in there. Don't just sit on the top. Yeah, there you go. Good job. So I'm having a trainer. She doesn't really use lasers a whole lot. All right. There we go. And back to the races. All right, there we are. And it's that easy, guys. That's why I like my jig. But yeah, I bought this thing of cards like a few months ago. I just hadn't got around to doing them. But this machine, I figured with the speed and the white space scan, it would be it'd be a little better to do it. Shame on you. I think Sharon's taking it for you.
I think she is too. Sometimes I'm the best help he's got. See, I keep reminding him when no one else shows up to help, I'm the best help he's got. So he knows that.
Yeah. Well, if I can get the this wall behind me that you see over there, I've got to do something with that. And if I do that, I'm gonna hopefully move some of my woodworking tools to that wall and open up some space in the middle of the shop for a possible roll around CNC table. I'm hoping. Did you try field shapes individually? Might go faster. No, I mean you might could do groups, but no, with the 500 millimeters per second, I've got it set to. It's doing a pretty good job. Because as it goes across, it's moving pretty fast. You almost can't even see it. It's going between the cars so fast. So I tried it. I did the first one field individually. I did field grouped, but I just like that approach better. It's easy to work. Yeah, yeah. She tries to keep me in line. Rent a workshop. Huh. Well, yeah. I guess that's an option. Steve.
What?
What happened to your pants?
It's warmer there.
It's summer here. It got up to like 80.
Okay, look. You may want to send those down to Florida for a few days.
No, don't let him tease you. No, he needs shorts on, and you'll see. He has no room to tease anybody.
I went to Florida for a couple days, and all I got was wind.
He said he went to Florida. He got some wind. Now, you did get some sun in Georgia, though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of sun, Georgia. I've already.
Yeah, he went to Georgia wearing SPF, like SPF 10 or something.
He wore his shorts to his mom's lake house. And Abby, our oldest daughter, she said, "Dad, your legs look translucent." So yeah, so he can't tease.
I was trying to get some sun on. Yeah, Steve's got the Onefinity. Ain't that a Onefinity or Onefinity Pro or something like that?
This is the
What you got?
Woodworker 50. So
Oh,
it's
what you told?
like 48-inch wide bed.
Yeah, I need to get me one of those. See, you could give me one of those for Christmas, birthday.
Or your birthday that's coming up. Or my birthday on Christmas.
Yeah, I could buy you one for your birthday.
All right. Well, I'm going back inside. Your supper is in the oven.
Okay.
Get ready.
All right, I'll come eat in a minute. Later, guys. There, she's leaving. All right, we're almost clear. She's almost out of here. All right, she's gone. Whew.
Good. Now we can talk about her.
No, she's smart. She'll be watching the video after a while.
Well, I mean, you kind of were the whole time anyway.
Yeah. She'll be watching the video. I can't say anything she don't want me to say. But yeah, he's fixing to demonstrate.
I don't know if I actually have to be working on this because I actually have someone who wants something done.
I want to see
expending
what
my
all it takes to make something with it. I've been watching some other dudes, but you never know whether you're seeing everything or not. So
Well,
you should do some videos with it. That would be cool.
got some plans.
Oh, Sharon, you gonna tell on me? Is that what you're trying to say? You gonna tattle? Somebody's asking if the grasshoppers are that bad up there already. I don't know what that means.
No. I've only seen like one or two mosquitoes actually.
Come down here. You should have brought you a bucket when you came down here. You could have took some back with you. The X50 woodworker with the upgraded 48. Is that what you got? Brian's wanting to know if that's the X50 with the upgraded 48 inch.
Yeah.
Yep, Brian, that is what it is, he says.
Something like that.
Jason is kind of like, I don't have one, but I have been doing some research because Steve is trying to talk me to get one. But it's kind of like a laser, but it uses a mechanical router that has bits instead. So kind of the same principle. It just has a router, which uses sharp, spinny mechanical bits. And it's apparently a lot noisier than a laser.
Yeah, if I actually turn the router on.
Oh, well, yeah, that would really get loud then.
Wow. And then you got dust collection.
Huh.
I don't know how well it'll come over the microphone, but
Oh, so that's what the game controller laying there is for, Brian? Is that what he's doing? I thought he had been playing some PlayStation or something.
yeah.
Well, look at that. Cool. That that would be cool. Have you ever tried to like engrave something with a joystick? It's like random shape.
No, but I've flattened boards with it, just manually controlling it.
Cool.
Usually they'd be bigger, but you'd take your board and you'd clamp it down in here, set your zero, just run it back and forth, and then you've got a flat surface because it's all stationary. Then you can flip it over, put it through the planer, or do it on the other side as well.
You use like a Forstner bit for that or something, or?
No, actually, it's a specialized flattening bit. There's a couple different styles. So here is one of them.
Ooh. Yeah, Jason, you do not want to put your finger in the way of that. That would be nasty.
That'll work.
Yeah,
Or-
well, if I ever do build a bigger shop, I will probably get one. Yeah. What's up, Chris? Good morning to you over there. Drinking some coffee, watching the kangaroos play. You know, I asked my
Yeah.
wife the other day about me getting a kangaroo. I was going to see if maybe like Chris could ship me one over here. And she said I couldn't have one.
Well, was it just like straight up you can't have one, or did you pro and con it first?
No, I told her. I mean, it would be cool. I mean, think about it. It's like they're like a dog, but like mixed with a rabbit and a possum. So
Okay.
I think they're pretty. I think they can be trained. I would like to try to get a kangaroo and train it with like home defense. Like how you have bite dogs. Just have like a guard kangaroo. I think that would be cool. Are they dumb, Chris, or are they smart? Well, she actually doesn't have a problem with the goats when I retire, but the stipulation is I have to be retired so that if they get out of the fence, I can put them back. Because I've got like all the land behind the shop back here that just whoops my butt every year trying to keep the vegetation under control. I'm gonna put them to work up there, chewing all of it up. But yeah, she just flat out told me no on a kangaroo. I thought it'd be cool. I see all these people that have like emus, and ostriches, and stuff like that, and I was like, you'll never see anybody with a kangaroo.
Is it even legal?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't really gonna like call and ask nobody.
Well, there's that.
Chris said if you point a rifle at them, they get smart real quick. Now, Brian, I'm just gonna wait until I get retired. I don't have time for any more animals right now. The chickens and the chickens, the dogs, the cats, and the guineas keep me busy enough right now. So what are you gonna make, Steve? Are you gonna make something for us? You gonna make a Clack Shack? Hey, you see me my logo? You can make a Clack Shack logo. Hang on your wall.
On the CNC? I'd have to mute myself for most of it.
They make real good jerky. So y'all eat kangaroo over there? Well, I mean, I guess you would though. I mean, it's kind of like a deer that hops, I guess. Well, I need some kangaroo jerky.
A deer that hops.
Yeah, I mean, it's got hair kind of like a deer, but it's a pouch like a possum. Speaking of which, we found a possum on the back porch this morning. Dogs
Alive?
got it. No,
dead.
no, he's very much dead.
Yeah,
Now,
that's too bad.
Brandy wasn't sure because they'll act like they're dead when they're not. But she
Right.
came got me this morning, and it was Rigger done set in. He'd been down for a while. We gotta find some of that. Oh no, Brian, Rigger done set in on this guy, and he done got destroyed by the two dogs. So no, there wasn't no eating that. He
Yeah,
had
I
a
don't
traumatic
know.
experience.
We had a neighbor, their dog killed a woodchuck the other day.
A woodchuck.
Yep, a woodchuck.
Is that
And I
something like a groundhog?
like a big groundhog.
So it's kind of like a tailless beaver.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep.
Okay.
They're about that
Yeah, we
size.
actually have groundhogs. There was actually some that lived here when I bought this place, and I mistaken them one day for a fox squirrel. I was like, that's the biggest fox squirrel I ever seen. And so I was squirrel hunting, and when I got over there, I was like, that is not a fox squirrel.
So
Yeah, I've heard that, Brian, but I've heard that groundhogs are known by multiple aliases.
So I think it was Jason was asking, can you make a sign or a plaque on a CNC? And so this is a V-bit. And this will make either a fine point, or it can, as the deeper it goes, the wider it ends up being. And so that's where you get kind of those engraved signs. So this is good for making the lettering and or vector type things. And then you would have to switch it out to more of a straight cut bit. Well, there's also, this is another tapered bit as well. Similar thing. But then, yeah, you would swap it out for a straight cut bit. And this is actually a down. No, actually, this is an up. No, this is down. Down cut bit for making your profiles or your pockets. And they even have, let's see here, compression bits, such as this. So you see the flutes actually kind of change direction towards the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's so when you're doing through cuts, especially on plywood, it is making the cut into the wood on both sides. So when it hits through the bottom, it's actually pulling up on the fibers, but on the top, it's still pushing down. And that'll help you get a clean cut on both sides without getting lots of tear out.
Huh.
So a lot of CNC work is learning,
Knowing your bits.
knowing your bits, and then knowing the various feed rates and the speeds, your RPM with your actually travel speed, and then also your depth. So there's a thing called chip load that you're trying to manage, and so it is a little more involved, and it can be a little more frustrating, and you do end up breaking a few of these.
You ever have
in
one of
that,
those like
learning
fly
process.
across the room and stick in the wall or stick in you? Because I noticed one of them a while ago had like a razor blade, looked like it was a removable blade.
Yeah, so that's
And,
so some of these have these inserts
Yeah.
that you can
You ever have one of
replace
those
when they
fly
get
out and
chipped.
get you?
I've had one break. I don't know where the end went.
That's not good.
Generally, when I've broken them, so this is the one that holds that. It almost just looks like it's a razor, like an X-Acto blade.
Wow.
It's fine point. Generally, when I've broken them, it ends up the end of the bit is like you plow into the material too much, and then it snaps, and then the end sticks into the material, and then the router it's snapped off, maybe in the collet or whatnot. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it can happen where things go flying. There's also, this has dust collection on here, and so this isn't even necessarily the best one, but it's got some plexiglass cover in here. But things go awry, things get stuck, things here can shatter. So honestly, I'd like to build an enclosure for this machine. I have one on my smaller one that's off over in the corner over there. So that right there houses a 15 by 30 open build CNC. And that's in an enclosure, so it works really well to contain the sound, contain the dust, and a little bit of the noise as well. So
Cool.
yeah, there are definitely things to learn on these, but they also let you do some
Well,
different things.
Like I said, when I get another shop, maybe. That's when somebody was saying earlier it's not even Sunday. Oh, it's Jim. No, Jim, I was sitting in here watching this happen all night, making some business cards, and just decided I would start streaming because I was bored. And it next thing you know, hey, we're streaming. So.
Jason, the 15 by 31. So that one's from a company called Open Builds, where they kind of create this open source architecture, and a lot of people have made kits over them. The base kit is roughly $1,000, give or take. The one I'd love to try it out myself is SaintSmart has one that's they call it their 4040, the Genmitsu 4040 Pro, and it's a lot like this Onefinity, just scaled down. And so you get roughly it's basically 40 by 40 centimeters. So it's about the size of our typical diode lasers as far as working area. So you're going to get about 16, 17 inches of work area. And that one, I think, goes for around 500 to 600 right now. It comes with a small spindle, but you can even route. So this is just a Makita trim router in here that's hiding behind this whole menagerie of dust collection. But that one, if you're interested in it, go look up Dave Gatton's channel. He's done some videos on that one, and he's actually probably just finishing up his live stream right now. As a matter of think about, because they normally do a CNC live stream on Saturday evenings. But he's got a really good channel that's got some information on that as far as a beginner CNC and some stuff to get into it. So.
Doing some cleaning over here, guys. Hey, don't let me hold you up, man. If anybody needs something, I'm just over here doing some cleaning.
Yeah, no, I'm just catching up on some of the comments.
All right.
Yeah, so as far as getting a small one, there's some of these really small desktop ones. It'll teach you some of the theory and practice, but to me, I think you're also asking for a lot of hassles and headaches. But that's where I think getting into that Genmitsu 4040 is probably, it's big enough and robust enough to kind of get out of some of those headaches without quite having the price tag of, this one's going to run you, I think, somewhere around $3,000. They have a smaller version that you can maybe get closer to $2,500, and then they have their elite version, which has sensorless servo steppers and all this funness. That's closer to $4,000 to $5,000. But they are a fun machine, but there's a learning curve to them. But you can definitely do some unique things. As a matter of fact, let's see here. We got a couple of items. I don't remember if I've shown these before, but these are just, it's like a dish and a catch-all tray. Each one of these. This is about 11 by 7 inches, give or take, and it's pocketed down about half an inch. And this probably took about 15 minutes to run, and then some light sanding, oil it, laser engraved the logo on the back. Maybe you can, if you got the material ready, you can really kind of crank out projects pretty quick. And then this one,
that's the kind of stuff I wouldn't mind being able to do right there. I wouldn't mind being able to do that. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then, these things are even faster. So these are just bottle openers, a couple different styles. So you buy these metal inserts, screw them in, maybe engrave a nice little thing on there. And, I can cut out about 4 of these in 10 minutes, and then a couple minutes to throw that on there, quick sand it, oil them up, and, sell them for $15, $20 a piece. To even just these small round ones, same insert, same profile, and this is just using your cutoffs, your scrap wood. So if you are definitely into like craft fairs and selling stuff, a CNC machine can definitely augment what you're doing with a laser really well.
Yeah, like I said, my biggest holdup right now is the size of those things and having extra space. And right now I can't keep caught up with the work that I've got, so it doesn't do me any good to get another machine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, if you're looking to do some of these things like these catch-all trays and such, you don't need a huge machine. So space-wise, I would say it's going to be, no bigger than your Enclosurzilla setup. So it doesn't have to be a big, this is a 5 foot by 3.5 foot table and add-on, but this is so I can on occasion do some custom furniture things, or I can actually slide through a full sheet of plywood if I really need to. But if you're willing to break down your material or just looking at smaller things, then you can definitely get by with a smaller machine. So
Yeah, I've been looking at them. I know Two Trees actually makes a little small one, and I thought about playing around with that. And then what's the other one? Fox, is it Fox Alien? Alien Fox? Something?
Yep.
I looked at that one. So I don't want nothing too huge. I do get one before I do a job. Turn that exhaust off for a little while. But if I do get one, I want to try to get a small one first. But I did look at the Fox Alien being expandable, it said. So it would actually get a little bigger. But I don't know. We'll see. That's still a possibility.
It's one of those things where I rarely use the full width of this one. As a matter of fact, when I originally got the 150, they didn't even offer this 48 or 50-inch wide rail, but they offered a deal to previous owners, kind of a, they would buy back the original gantry, the top gantry part, and sell you the other one, and then you just had to move the outer rails out. And that's the whole reason I upgraded, because there were a few times when I wanted to do something that was bigger than 30 inches. But it is rare. 90% of the things I do on here would fit onto probably a 24-inch square work area. So,
yeah, that would be, like I said, that would be a tool I'd like to have, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to wait another 2 years before I can get that. Because I don't have time to do it at the moment. Unless something changes, you never know.
yeah. No, it's definitely a thing that, I mean, it's like kind of like with any tool. If you think if you've got the money and the time to just blow on it, go for it. But if it's something that you got to justify the cost or you got to roll into your business, I'd wait until you really have the need. You can't work around it, and then buy as much of the tool as you can, or buy the best version of the tool that you can, as far as size and quality. Because things like this, it's usually buy once, cry once is easier than buy and regret it because you went too cheap.
Well, right now, I'm saving to buy my time back at the other agency I worked at.
Mm-hmm.
And my lawnmower is about to give up the ghost. So I've got too many sticks in the fire right now to be doing that.
Yeah, Chris, sometimes and I've done the same thing too with certain tools where I'll buy kind of a cheap version and see if I like it. The thing I've also run into though is sometimes you get the cheap version and you think you hate it, but it's because you're fighting the deficiencies of it. So that's more of like, if you can afford the bigger one and you have the bigger space, I'd get the bigger bed. But just make sure you kind of get enough of a quality machine that you're not fighting inherent problems with the tool versus learning how to use it right. So, yeah, Jack, buy your last machine first. It's great when you can do that. Because I've done. I mean, half the tools in my shop I've repurchased, but in a lot of cases I've, like my first table saw was one of those really cheap job site saws, and then I had a friend that was selling a rigid kind of a cabinet saw style, and then I used that enough to where I was able to upgrade to my saw stop, which was really nice. And same thing with my bandsaw. I had a smaller jet, and I wanted a taller resaw, and eventually I was able to afford the 14-inch Rikon and such. So something. Sometimes you find those used deals that work out well, but I've found where I try to save money. I buy the used deal and I'm getting someone's used problems. So,
well, some of us are still using a job site table saw because we don't have any room.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. Is that if you don't have the room for it, it doesn't make sense to buy something that's just going to get in your way. So,
yeah. I did break down and get a bandsaw because I was always needing one, but it's one of those things that's in the way like 95% of the time, and then there's that 5% where you couldn't do without it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I used to have a really nice scroll saw, but once I got the CNC routers and the lasers, I was just like, the only time I was using the scroll saw was when I needed to cut out laser parts that just didn't quite, that one little spot didn't cut out and I couldn't hit it with like a straight saw, like a curved section of an ornament or something. And then, I figured out it was easier to just rerun the part than try to clean it up and then, have that non-burnt part. And so I ended up giving that to my sister because she needed one for some craft stuff she was doing, and I got that off my bench. With my cabinet saw, I've got my compound miter saw that I almost never use anymore, and it's just strictly usually, I need to break this down a little bit. It's too wide to run across my table saw and the crosscut sled, things like that. So yeah, I try to move out tools that are just sitting around. But
yeah, keep me abreast of the comments. I'm over here just cleaning away. Has anyone done flex cutting? What's that?
So that's like that. You put that offset line pattern into plywood or something, and then you can actually bend. It's like kerf cutting plywood. You can then bend it. I don't know. The thing is, you can get finer bits on CNCs, but then they're CNC routers, but they end up being really slow. I've seen people do the kerf cutting where they'll cut maybe 3/4 or 7/8 through the total thickness of it, and then they'll leave the skin on the outside. But you could even do that with a table saw or a scroll saw. But in theory, yeah, you could do the same stuff with a CNC. Yeah, living hinge. There you go, Chris. That's what it's called too. But
it's a lot of cards, guys.
yeah, so some people say laser first and then CNC. I think they're probably right that it is easier to learn a laser, especially with software such as Lightburn being out there, and the diode lasers being fairly simple as far as there's not a whole lot to as far as maintenance or adjustments on them. I actually started out with a CNC router as the first of that type of tool that I use, and so I made the transition from that into lasers. But
and now you got like all the tools.
Well, I've got a lot of them. I don't have a plasma cutter. I jokingly told my father-in-law he needed one because he's got more of a metal shop than I do, and he likes to play around with welding and doing things like that. But maybe one of these days I'll just buy one and say this is going to live in your shop.
Whew. Well, I'm getting there. I've got hang on.
Brian, she would if I could afford it. Unfortunately, I'm more on the 15-year plan. I mean, I technically probably could in 11 years, but I'm not sure I'll be able to afford that.
You never know.
Yeah, could go either way. I do have 3D printers. I've had them, a number of versions of them, starting back with a printer bot that was a kit built mostly out of laser cut plywood and such. Right now I have a couple of Creality, an Ender 2 and Ender 3, and then I have a longer, a 10, I think. It's a resin printer, so I do mess around with them. But I'm kind of at the point where I'd like to maybe upgrade to one of the newer ones, either the Bamboo Labs or even the Anker M5. They're faster and they've got some better features on them. So.
All right. Ender 3. Yeah, I've been looking at those too, but there again, guys, where am I going to put it? and when am I going to have time to work it? When am I going to have time to run it? So,
Well, the nice thing about the 3D printers is unless it's a really small piece, you set it up and let it run for 8 hours.
yeah, maybe one day. I don't think a 3D printer would work real well out here with all the dust. I could be wrong.
No, that's the kind of thing I have in my.
For sure.
I've got those. I've got one in my basement shop where I've done the winter live streams, and then I've got the others kind of just in my basement office area. I share with a couple of my boys for computers. So.
Cool. Oh, while we're at it, how's my video feed been working tonight? I've been kind of like snake bit for the past couple of weeks. Is everything still holding up good? No major problems? Anybody? That's all I get.
It seemed pretty stable between your switching cameras and such. Of course, your biggest thing is usually when you start loading up Lightburn and other things too. So.
Oh well, I got Lightburn up right now.
Yeah, you should,
I've got Lightburn. I've got Lightburn. I've got voice mod. I switched to Lightburn just like hang on there, right there. I switched to Lightburn. I can do multiple cameras. Right there, I can do multiple, so you can see my entire screen. You can see this one and this one. That's just a straight up screen share. That's what I have to look at every night, guys.
Got Inception.
Hey, check this out. I can also roll that intro, and of course I have. Oh, wait a minute. One more cool thing for you and Brian here. I also have this.
This is my latest toy that Brandy does not like. So I'm just letting you know. This is my latest toy right here. So I can do that too.
You've never sounded better.
Yeah, I mean, I got all kind of little things over here, and then I got,
Very nice.
And
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to needing some tunes, Steve. I mean,
it's during our long intermissions.
Yeah. So I am running literally everything you can imagine. I just got through checking like my email. No, this is actually these are the ones that come with Stream Deck.
So they're royalty free then.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't use any big stuff. Well, Gravy, actually, most of them don't know.
Yeah, they just think you're delusional. You're not famous.
Well,
no one knows you.
Dude, it's unreal how people. We're right here where I live in my hometown. They have no idea. They don't even know I have a YouTube channel. Now, a few of the guys I work with do, but nobody really knows. So, but yeah, Jason, it's starting to look like actually something that's meant for a purpose instead of just a bunch of random computer stuff sitting on the table. All right, we'll see you, Sharon. Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow night unless Steve, gets tired of it. I was just literally killing time while that finishes, and I've got this much left.
Nice.
So, yeah, this was 100 cards, and that's what I got left. It's like 10. So, this took me a little while, but I made a video doing the first few, and just sit and talk and chill and talk to y'all guys while I did the rest of them. And so I got this cool table full of them over here. But I had thought about hooking the ZV-1 up, but the Elgato, since I got this new machine hooked up, the Elgato seems to be doing a pretty decent job. And that's this camera right here. So, I bought it because Steve taught me into buying the Stream Deck, and I figured if I got the Stream Deck, it's made to work with the Elgato camera. So, and now I got to get an Elgato microphone. But the only problem is the Cartoid microphones apparently pick up a lot more background noise.
So
No, Steve, I listen to music really loudly. That's basically what I did while I was working. I still do that when I'm not videoing. What were you saying, Steve?
I haven't looked at the Elgato microphone, but the one I have down on my desk is a Shure M7, and it's really good for audio recording and podcasting and such. So that might be something to check as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Brian, I do actually want to get back into doing some CNC stuff on my channel. As a matter of fact, I mean, when I rebranded my channel, which used to be Vintari RC, because that's what I was doing so heavily, and then I started dabbling more into traditional woodworking and the CNC controlled devices and such, and so I kind of wanted to keep it a little more generic, and that's why I just called it Vintari's Workshop, so that I could kind of do whatever I was doing out here. So yeah, I do hope to get back into more CNC material, as well as just traditional woodworking at times, and maybe some random robotics projects, whatever. I mean, during COVID, one of the early projects I did with my boys was we made a bar top arcade. So that was woodworking, that was some electronics, LED lighting. I was using my CNC router as a vinyl cutter. There was all that stuff mixed together, and it's too bad I really wasn't doing videos at the time, because that would have been a really fun, probably a series of videos on it. But
There you go, right there, Steve.
well, I don't have my lighting on, and I'm kind of back far away here. It's
I hear you. I replied to a comment, and now my comments are messed up. So it's a restream issue, though. It'll start back in a minute. But hard that one. But yeah, well, guys, about messed up. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can get some more stuff done around the shop here. I've got some housekeeping to do, and I'm going to try to reshoot my intro video, because I shot that thing a year ago, and my editing capabilities was not to my liking. And I noticed the other day it's got a little pixelation in places, so I'm going to try to reshoot that. Brought the drone home from work, went and took some pictures. We've got I don't know if y'all saw it on my Facebook page or YouTube, but we got a peach addition to the street that Steve didn't get to see. And so I went this morning and flew it, got pictures of it and a little bit of video, and so I brought the drone home this afternoon to do that with. Steve, Brian has a question for you.
Do I have a L2? I am told there's one on order, but I don't think it's shipped yet. Unfortunately, they didn't have the one that they wanted to send to me available at the time they sent David his.
Tell him the story. Tell him.
Hopefully.
Tell them what they did to apologize.
So I think they reached out to us at probably about the same time about asking if we were interested in checking out the L2, and we probably responded. Well, I think Clack responds in his sleep. I think he wakes up and goes, "Yeah, here, send it to me right away," because he'll get shipping notice like the very next day, and so. I got back to them usually within the next day or so and said, yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to check it out, whatever. And I didn't hear back from them right away, but it was also, I think, right as I was getting ready to go on my trip down south. And so it wasn't like top of my mind to get back to them. And I don't remember if it was while I was on the road or when I got back. I think it was, no, it was while I was on the road. Because I think it was that second Sunday, I had gotten an email from them and said, hey, sorry that we kind of left you hanging. To make up for it, we'd like to send you the 35-watt version. It's just not available just yet. So, yeah, they're supposed to be sending one out. I did get the order confirmation recently, so just waiting on the shipping confirmation, and should have that. In the meanwhile, yes, I'm working on the IKEA K1 Pro. I've had a few things interrupt that with me this week. Nothing to do with the machine, just life in general. Had to take care of some things at work and at home and such. So kind of hitting that up this weekend. Hopefully get a couple videos out on it, because I think it's going to be, there's more to talk about it than I want to put into a single one. So
You don't want a 45-minute video?
I don't know that other people want to watch a 45-minute video. So I'm going to try to break it up a little bit. But yeah, so that one's supposed to be on the way. But yeah, summer's busy for me.
Didn't you get the order confirmation from Acer?
Yep. We got the order confirmation for it, just don't have shipping on it. So it's in the queue.
So that for those of you that don't know, that means that like they placed the order, it just hadn't shipped out yet. Because like Acer, the machines usually, like I wasn't expecting to get mine as fast as I did, because weren't you out of town when mine came in and you thought maybe yours was at home? I think you were still at Christmas when it came in.
Yeah, I had yours wasn't there when you hadn't gotten it yet, and I had unidentified things showing up.
Yeah.
So
random package of the day.
Yeah. But that was this IKEA, and I think the Whizmaker showed up just before I got home. So
I'm getting low, guys. I got 2 left. So I'll be done here in a minute, and I can box this up. I have this. Although I am terrible with numbers, I also have this thing that I can't like stop a project until I'm finished with it. Not positive, but mentions Acer in almost every video. No, I actually, if it's a video about another machine, I try not to cross mention a whole lot, because they don't really like that, So I try to concentrate on whichever machine. Now I do like the Acer and the IKEA. Those things, they're identical. So it's kind of hard not to talk about one. When you look at it, it's just like there's no way anybody can look at those two machines and not think, okay, those machines look a lot alike. But so technically, I think Steve technically does have this same machine in his shop. I would be curious to see what on the controller, like on the command terminal, what comes up on the controller when you log in. See if it's the same.
Yeah, it's the touchscreen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
Is it?
See if I can get this close enough.
Does it have the same interface and everything? Like all the same GUI? Oh yeah, it's identical. Yeah, that's the same. That's the exact same interface and everything.
Yeah, you go in and go through your files or go into the setup stuff. So.
But yeah, Brian, I do talk a lot about it, and maybe that's why Acer, because Acer, so far, Acer's the only company that I've had that's actually sent me 2 machines over a period of time. Now, have you heard, Steve, that Ortuer's fixing to release a new LaserMaster 3 that's a 20 watt?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got that email yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I actually got one from Ortura official the other day. I got one from another company, but I actually got one from Ortura the other day. So
Yeah,
we'll see how that works out.
gotten 2 different contacts from them regarding that. So
Cool. I'd be curious to see if it moves as fast as the 10 watt. I don't think it will, but I'd be curious to see.
yeah, actually, I
don't know
should say, I think I've been contacted 2 different ways by Ortura as well as the third party company.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah, lots of. I don't know. I keep wondering how long this laser war is going to go on. Between different models, different features, power, combining diodes, all that stuff. So
yeah, Chris, the Atom Stack, and IKEA, because the IKEA they advertise as being a brand of Atom Stack, right? I mean, am I
yeah,
correct on that?
I think it's been officially stated that is Atom Stack's kind of like high end brand.
Yeah.
I've seen that more than once, and I think officially from them somewhere. And yeah, if you look at the items, I mean, they are. I actually have one of the IKEA cameras, which is basically the Atom Stack Maker camera that you're using as an overhead table camera there.
Yep.
It's yeah, it's the exact same
That one
thing.
there.
Yep. And their roller rotary is the same. Their chuck rotary is well, yeah, I think they advertise that as well. They're basically
Yeah, the
saying
Atom
just
Stack, rotary looks a lot like the Acer as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than color difference. Now, the one thing I haven't done yet is try my KR rotary on this machine, but the reason is I don't have any legs for this one, so I can't really elevate it, and it's just so convenient in the other enclosure. Now, I went to their website and looked, and they're advertising that they've got an extension kit coming soon, so we'll see. We'll see how that works out. If I can get my hands on an extension kit, I had to buy the extension kit for this one, but they were already out when I got this machine. So this one, I mean, I never used this machine, but maybe 3 or 4 times prior to getting the extension kit for the P20. But looks like I may be with this guy for a little while before I can get the extension because they don't even make it yet.
Yeah, I feel like you ordered that like right after you finished your cut tests.
I did. I literally did. I finished the cut test and I was like, this is a keeper. I want a big machine, so I ordered the rails for it. And it's been a really good machine, and it's still doing a good job. It needs cleaning right now, but it works great. It's starting to get close to my bedtime there, Steve.
Yeah.
So whoever it was that wanted the card never sent me an email, just for the record. If that was you. Yeah, I think I probably was talking about getting an extension during the review. Well, Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started doing this like a year ago, it's been over a year ago. It's probably about almost close to 2 years. When I first started doing videos, just trying to help guys learn how to work a sawmill, because that's a lot of my videos had to do with the sawmill before the lasers come on the scene, and then it just kind of took over from there. But the whole trying out machines, that was like new territory. Yeah, I can't quit yawning, but that was new territory for me. And the Acer, I had been wanting a 20 watt. I had bought the X-Tool D1 20 watt, but I wanted a bigger machine. And when I got my hands on that Acer, it was like a no-brainer for me that I wanted it to be a longer machine after seeing how it was built and everything. So very happy so far, but I will say if I can get my hands on an extension for this guy, it's probably going to go over here, because the M8, using the M8 relay with this machine is a total big deal to me. Still not done yet.
Now, have you done a comparison? I know you touched on it that they both work well, but have you done a comparison between the cut quality with the included air pump versus your shop air?
I did it in the early days, in the early ones. I've got them over here.
But I mean, on the V2 8-zer.
Yeah, I did one.
Okay.
I don't know what I did with it. I'll probably redo it for the video because I've got so many of them laying around right now. But this is what I was doing last night. I was doing photos. That's some MDF, and it's hard to see. But this is a Facebook photo because I like getting them off Facebook because anybody can take a camera taken with a Nikon, you know, $3,000 Nikon and run it through 3 or 4 softwares and make it look good. I like just grabbing them off of Facebook and dropping them in the Lightburn because that's what a lot of people are going to want to do. But yeah, I did some 300 millimeters a second. It's still engraved, but I didn't like the contrast. The contrast was kind of crappy. 100 millimeters a second, way too hot. Way too hot. So I have kind of settled on the 200 millimeters a second area for being, this is basswood too, by the way. I don't usually do basswood, but that's 200 millimeters a second. And so I'm getting ready to do a video with photos, and as you can see, it's pretty neat. That's a Halloween picture from my wife's work. I figured if I'm gonna do a engrave, I might as well do something I can give to her and take back to the office or something. But I've been playing around with that, and once I refine the settings, I did try using pass-through or grayscale with this machine. It doesn't do the it doesn't do the shuttering thing that the rest of the machines do for some reason. But there will be a photo video coming soon. Well, Brian, there's one thing that I always will be, and that is honest. And when I get some cool toys, I do get excited. I can't argue that. It's coming. What have you found yet? I missed something somewhere. But anyways, well, I'm about to wrap up on my cards, guys. As you can see, the P2 is rocking that last line of cards, and then I've got 2 more to do, and I will be done.
So I hear the big worry is that people are going to do burnouts on your peach mural down there.
Oh, I expect it. I expect it. But, well, there's probably not anybody that's in here that would know or care. But, dare they try? Yeah. If they do, all I can tell them, and I had a couple people comment they're going to be doing donuts in the middle of it, and I told them that would be a really dumb reason to go to jail and wind up having to pay somebody to redo that thing. Because if they do, and I identify them, they will go to jail, and they would not want to know how much that would end up costing them to redo that. So, because they'd have to pay for everything, including us to block the road. We had a guy that tore the Christmas lights down. I think it wound up costing his insurance company a pretty good little penny. But it was an accident. He didn't mean to do that. But yeah, there'll be probably somebody try. No, Brian, those are specially assigned cameras. I have a fleet of cameras. Like I said, I used to do the IT for the entire city, but now we have an IT company, but I still do DVR and just like camera stuff. But that's just a little deployable camera that I use for certain things. I've got a little small fleet of them. But we've got cameras in most of our parks now. We used to have a problem with people loitering into parks and taking advantage of people, like picking up purses when they were sitting on park benches occasionally. Not a lot of it, but so we started putting them all over anything that is a park. Now we try to have security cameras there to make sure that the folks that use the parks can be safe. So, but anyways, well, I guess I'm gonna get off here, guys. I about got my cars done. The wife's got supper in there, probably in the oven on broil, which means if it's chicken and I leave it in there too long, by the time I get in there, it'll be chicken jerky. So,
Well, it'll be nice and preserved for you.
yeah, but it'll be awfully chewy.
No.
No, we don't do that, Brian. We don't do the stoplight cameras. I don't think those things. I've always said that a camera that takes a picture of the car and does not properly identify the driver is, in my opinion, a ripoff and borderline unconstitutional in my views, because the officer cannot say who was driving the vehicle. I've never liked those things, and I would fight kicking and screaming before I let anybody put any of them in our city. So we don't do those. If we can't identify the driver, you're not getting a ticket. I think they had them in some other cities in our state, but recently they have taken them down because of that. Because you could have a valet driver hop in your car and blow a red light, and you wind up getting a ticket for it, and you have no recourse. You have no way of stopping it. So I've always said that was a bunch of money hungry people in these big cities that tried to come up with a way of making money off people for no reason, in my opinion. But don't get me started, guys. Don't get me started. I'm not for big government control at all, which is weird. People's like, I work for the government, but I don't do anything I don't believe within the boundaries of the Constitution. So. Came home late to a hot salad. That would suck. Yeah. My wife doesn't cook me salads. She knows better. I gotta have a protein of some type. All right, guys. Well, tomorrow night, I know all y'all know about it because I can know most of y'all's names and where you're from and all that. So we'll be back hanging out tomorrow night. Come up with some comments or questions or concerns, or I don't know, Brian. Figure out, write down the 10 things that you like about Steve the most. Something, so that we'll have something else to talk about. Because I think wives is hopefully the wife won't be busting up in our live. They're throwing rocks at me. Maybe she might.
I was gonna say that might be the bulk of the concerns we come up with.
Yeah, they may have questions for her. She's probably more entertaining than I am, but still, she doesn't know how to work the technology. Look at that. That's a bunch of cards. That's a bunch of cards. Video doing 500 cards tomorrow. No, I'm not doing any more. This is all I got. I didn't order any more. I do need to order some more though. But this is the only box that I have. I think I've still got some cards left in my trailer. This is just another box to throw in there because I've got everything loaded in the trailer ready to go. Got my stickers on there. If y'all didn't see the stickers on my trailer, go check it out on my Facebook page, or I may have put it on my YouTube channel, but I got the massive Plaque Shack logo on the side of my big enclosed trailer, so that was pretty cool. And also, I'm getting a price for the black acrylic that I use. Somebody got a Etsy message. I just heard it. Is it me?
I think it was you. I don't think it was me. Or was
I'm
it
not
me?
hearing it. No, it was you because I can't hear my own audio.
Oops. Oh, yep. Someone favorited an item.
Jack, these are the ones I've been using, and to be honest with you, bro, they work. So I just don't change it if it works. They're kind of thin. No, Etsy's been struggling today, so they're kind of thin, but they work pretty well. So Jeff, if you'll send me that Super Duty, man, if you send it down here, I'll do a review on it and I'll drag the trailer with it. But I can't afford the upkeep on a Super Duty, let alone to buy one. 16 cents each is a good price. I don't know if that's what they cost as far as the cards go, but now. No, my Etsy's been a little slumped lately because I've been so busy. I haven't really done a whole lot with it. I tried getting some stuff going with the cards tonight. Maybe that'll help get some interest back going in it. But all in all, guys, tomorrow night, don't forget it's Memorial Day, and I don't. Somewhere along the way, I don't know exactly how things got twisted up, but I've been hearing some commercials talking about Memorial Day, and I was always taught it was to honor those that had fallen, and no disrespect to the ones, the folks that serve, but I thought that was the purpose of Veterans Day, and I'm not taking away from anybody by no means, but I've got friends who didn't come back from places that they were sent, and I've got friends that were there with their buddies. And I have a special place in my heart for somebody that, you go into these situations with people and then they don't come home and you do. And sometimes that's a really hard thing to deal with. But y'all, be in prayer for those that didn't make it back, and even those that did that lost somebody while they're over there, because that's a rough thing to carry around with you every day. But anyway, I hope you enjoy your holiday, if nothing else. Your day off. Yeah, well, I thought it was, but you hear a lot of these commercials and they keep saying that it's Military Appreciation Day or whatever. And I mean,
I think one of the worst things you can do is thank a veteran on Memorial Day, because you're spot on. It's specifically a day to remember those who died in service. Because we have Veterans Day, we have Armed Forces Day, even Veterans Day. It's not even necessarily about people currently serving, because we have a day for them as well. Memorial Day is very specific to servicemen and women who died in the line of duty. And so I feel as you are, it needs to be kept that way, to honor and respect them. So.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, I've just been hearing those commercials all day, and it's really been bothering me. That's why I put that post out earlier, because it's like I think y'all got it twisted up, whoever their marketing people are. But anyway, like I said, no disrespect to anybody that has served or whatever. I have all the respect in the world for that. But just keep that in mind and make a prayer for the family members that were left behind, and of course friends, battle buddies, whatever. But we'll see y'all tomorrow night, and hopefully I won't have this air running tomorrow night, because I won't be actually working. I'm hoping to get everything done tomorrow. I may be doing a bee video tomorrow, because my bees looked a little crowded in one of my hives earlier today. So if you like the bee stuff, you might want to watch that. Oh, look, there's Dottie said, feed the salad to your protein. Yeah, I don't do but yeah, I don't do salads. But anyway, tomorrow night, guys, and if you're not a member, which I think most of all y'all guys are, Laser Engraver community page. I don't see anybody in here that doesn't look familiar. Brian has done Googled it. Hey, well, like I said, I'm not trying to rattle nobody's cage in the media, because they have their rules or whatever. But yeah, that's just the way I look at it. Anzac Day for the members of those that served. Cool.
Wow.
But anyway, guys, that's it for me. Steve, you got anything? I'm gonna get these other cards out and put these last two in there right quick.
I mean, I think you're discounting a good taco salad.
Is that really
You said you don't eat salads. What's wrong with a taco salad?
I don't know that that's really a salad, Steve.
Well, it says salad in the name, so it's a salad. What about a fruit salad? Fruit salad.
Well, now I do like potato salad. I mean, so if we're getting technical, and I
Taco
like
salad. Brian, it's not a taco salad if it doesn't have meat. It's got to have taco meat. That's what makes it a taco salad. That and the chips or the broken up taco shell. So otherwise,
I think
it's
the
just
word,
a salad.
yeah, I think the word salad's kind of overused on some stuff because it's technically, not really a salad. Like pear salad. I don't know if you even know what that is. I don't know if that may be an Alabama thing, but it's not really a salad. It's a pear with some cheese and mayonnaise on it. Right.
That's wrong.
What?
That is.
No, you take a pear and you put like some mayonnaise on it, and then you take and put some cheese, and then you put some maybe like one piece of lettuce, and then like a half of a cherry. You've never had that?
That
Next trip you're getting one.
I am not eating a pear with mayonnaise.
Oh, you're killing me. Hey. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna get off here. I'm starting to get delirious and hungry. Hang on. Let me. Hang on. Let me. I got it. Y'all done got me on this.
I mean, and you said you wouldn't eat lutefisk. I mean, that sounds pretty darn close.
All right. Here it is. Right here. Y'all gotta try this. This is homework. Homework, everybody. Here you go. There's your Southern Living recipe right there. Pear mayonnaise salad. Go on, cook yourself up one of them, and tell me that it ain't delicious. That is good eating right there, guys. That is good eating.
I have to cook it now too.
Look at that picture. Look at that picture right there. I mean, but yeah, there you go. It's a real thing. But y'all go get you some ingredients and try one of those out and let me know what you think about it because they are awesome. Steve's like, I can't believe that's a real thing.
I mean, I might as well just swap the mayo for ranch dressing.
Ugh, I don't know about that. All right, guys, have a good one. See ya.
I'll see ya.